Greetings guys, gals and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are fighting for what is right, because there's a lot to be fighting for at the moment. As usual, there will be links in my description to donate, sign petitions, send emails, etc. to a whole bunch of different causes and things that are happening in the world, or you can go straight to thequeerkiwi.com/support. Before getting into it, as usual, I would love to give a big thank you to our patrons, Amy, Emily, Iz, Lily, Eliza, Mimi, Jordan, Gina, Midge, Phoebe, and Roxy. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Your support genuinely helps so much. If you want to become a patron and help support me in continuing making content, as well as my best friend, whom I do a podcast with, that would be super appreciated. It starts at £1 a month, and there are a whole bunch of different perks that you can get, including access to a private Instagram and a ton of bonus content. I actually have a series that I do over on Patreon, so if you want to check that out, it would mean the absolute world to me, and it really does help out. Anyway, today I thought I would sit down and talk about my tattoos. I have people ask all the time about my tattoos and how many I have, what they mean, why I got them, did it hurt, all that sort of thing. So I thought that I would sit down and I would talk about them and answer all your questions that you have. I'm going to go in chronological order in talking about this. So the first one I got all the way up until the one I got most recently. Before we get into it, I just want to show off my earrings. So let's get into it. So first up, for my 16th birthday, I got 2 tattoos. Thank you, Mom, for giving me permission. I appreciate it greatly. I got Stay Strong on my collarbone and Stay Beautiful on my ribs with a flower. Now, the reason I got these is because during this time I was severely depressed and struggling with an eating disorder and just a lot of shit. And I got them as this sort of reminder of like, stay strong. When I look at myself directly in the mirror, that's there to be like, hey, you're strong, keep on going. And the one on my rib cage I got because I obviously was struggling with an eating disorder, so I did a lot of body checks, and I would always look at myself side on the right side when I would body check. And so it was there to remind me, hey, you are beautiful, stop. The next one I have, I got for my 17th birthday. It is a watercolor shaded peony, and it says burst into color. This tattoo is actually a 5 Seconds of Summer tattoo. The lyrics burst into color come from their song Jet Black Heart, which sort of symbolizes the whole bridge, which is the blood in our veins are made up of mistakes. Let's forget who we are and dive into the dark as we burst into color, returning to life. And I just really love the lyricism of that. Like, I loved that and I connected with that song so deeply. And at this time, you know, that band had helped me through so much. I've talked about it before, but like they were the ones that were always there for me when I was like by myself and I didn't have any friends. I had them and their keeks and their live streams and quick cams and everything they did. It just made me feel better, and I found the community and the other fans, and I just made friends, and it gave me confidence and it inspired me, and they really helped shape me into the person that I am today. And that line sort of sat with me, and it's like that's sort of what they helped me do. They helped me find myself and burst into color and return to life. And I just felt like that fit so perfectly. And the peony I got because I wanted it to have some color, and I really liked the way the peony looks. I really liked the style, and so that's why I got that. The peony doesn't really have much meaning. And I got it above my scars to sort of be a reminder not to do it again, and say that people care about you and you are strong and you can get through this. And I got that for my 17th birthday. So again, thank you, Mum, for the permission. Next, after that, I have a honeysuckle on my ankle that me and one of my best friends got together just after we turned 18. And the reason we got honeysuckles is because we've known each other our entire lives, and we have these specific memories of being kids. At our school, there's like a taste garden, and we'd go through and we'd pick honeysuckles all the time. And there were just honeysuckles all around where we lived, and so we'd always just pick honeysuckles and like suck on honeysuckles, and we loved it, and it's just a specific childhood memory, and so we got them with each other to symbolize that and that time and that memory, and I love it so much. My next tattoo after the honeysuckle I got just a couple weeks later. I didn't actually intend on getting a tattoo. It was a flash day, so the artists, you know, come up with their own drawings and you pick one and they give it to you. And it was a flash day for Rainbow Youth, which is an LGBTQ plus charity in New Zealand. And my mom was going to get a tattoo. It would be her first tattoo. And I went with her and she was like, you can get one too, because she was offering to pay, so I wasn't going to say no. And so she picked a tattoo that were 3 flowers to represent herself, me, and my sister. And I picked this one. I'm the rose, my mom is the moon, and no matter where we are, she's always watching over me. A few months after I got that one, I got one on my thigh. It is script and it says, make your mind your safe place, make your body your home. Lyrics from my song Monsters and Fairies. I did a video talking about the meaning behind this song. I will link it up here so you can go watch that if you like. But effectively that line sort of really helped me, and it's something that I always remind myself, like, you are in control of your thoughts and I need to feel safe within my own body. After that, a few months later, I went to Tokyo to visit my best friend Kat, the one I do a podcast with, and we got these together. We have lived in separate countries for 8 out of 10 years of our friendship, and no matter what, we are always there for each other. We are always holding each other up and keeping each other strong. No matter what, no matter how far away we are always there. After that, I have the Cruelty free bunny. I named her Lulu, and this single line Lotus. I got both of these just after my 19th birthday when me and my friend Emma, who's the one I got the honeysuckle with, we were traveling Southeast Asia for 6 weeks, and I love Southeast Asia. I've been a bunch of times, and I got the lotus to represent Southeast Asia and everything I've experienced there, because it's sort of, I love the meaning of the lotus and I connect with it a lot. Oh my god, I sound like one of those. You know, I didn't just go to Bali and get a lotus tattoo. I traveled Southeast Asia multiple times. And I love the lotus. I didn't want to get the standard lotus, so I got this single line sort of abstract lotus, which I really like. And I got the Cruelty free bunny because it was free to get an extra tattoo, and I was put on the spot and I'm like, what do I get? What do I get? And I was like, you know what? Let's get a Cruelty free bunny. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I did. And I named her Lulu. And she's here because I'm like, it'll encourage me to get more tattoos on my arm. Have I done that? No. I'll get there eventually. I've got time. Don't have money, but I have time. After that, I got this one. Now, this tattoo has the most meaning. It's got so much in there. I've wanted a naked lady tattoo for the longest time before I got this. There's a bunch of reasons as to why I wanted a naked lady tattoo, and the main reason is the reclamation of the female body being art. You can look, but you can't touch. As someone who suffers with trauma, this is a thing that I really wanted to represent on my body and to take back power, and to remind myself that my body isn't inherently sexual. My body isn't anyone else's to touch. You are allowed to look at my body, but you aren't allowed to touch it unless I tell you. And if you do, then I'm fucking lying and it's gonna bite your head off. And it's the strength card to represent that I got through that and I got over that. So all in all, it's this tarot that sort of ties to my childhood and my family life, and then the strength that I had for everything that I endured and overcome, and the confidence that it's left me with, and the reminder that my body is my own and no one else's, and no one else is allowed to touch it or do anything with it that I do not explicitly tell them to, or they're gonna I will fight you. And then after that, I got 2 more. So the sun was actually drawn by my little sister, and then the lyrics are to my favorite song by The Main called Unlust. It is such an incredible song. It was really hard choosing lyrics from the song to get, but these ultimately were my favorite. How lucky you are to have yourself. I love it so much. I love that entire song. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's incredible. I love it. I love them. Anyway, They are written by the lead singer, John. He wrote them for me after the concert that I went to with my sister. So the Main are never going to come to New Zealand because they're a kind of small band and big artists don't even come to New Zealand. But they did go to Australia. So for my sister's 16th birthday, we went to Sydney together to go see the Main, and it was just such an incredible, incredible memory. It's the first trip that we've done together. We had such an incredible time. We made amazing friends, some of which I still talk to, and it was just such an amazing memory. And so this tattoo represents her, it represents the band, it represents that memory that we had together. And now I have the moon as my mom on this wrist and the sun as my sister on this wrist, so I'm never alone. They're always there, they're always with me. I mean, I live on the other side of the world, so it's just a good reminder, and knowing that they're always there even if we don't always talk. And then finally, probably one of my favorite tattoos, I have this one. This is a Halsey tattoo from her album Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, which I'm actually doing a whole video on soon. This album just represents so much for me. This album is about getting out of an abusive relationship and reflecting on that and finding yourself and going through all this shit and trying to figure it out and deal with that and process that. And that album came out very shortly after I'd left my abusive relationship, and I just found so much solace in it, so much validation, there was so much emotion. And it just resonated so deeply with me, and it holds so much power to me, and it really helped me through a really shit time. And then I went to that tour and Halsey kissed me on the cheek, and you know, I gotta remember that, you know, put that on my body forever. But no, Halsey in general has done a lot for me, and she is my biggest inspiration. She's helped me through a lot, particularly that album. And it's in the font from the album as well, and red was like the color of the album, and so I got that there to symbolize that and everything that did for me, and how she shaped me as a person and my music, and just getting through hard times, and how she's always been there for me. So yes, I do have 3 tattoos for 3 different music artists. What are you gonna do about it? I get very attached to my music artists. They help me a lot. Music is such a big thing, which is why I love music so much and why I want to do music so much, because I'd love to help inspire people and do for people what these other artists have done for me. It's incredible, and I really hope that I'm able to make a difference with my music and what I do. Yeah, so those are all my tattoos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learnt a little bit about me. I hope that you've had a good time. I hope that I kept you company. I'm sorry if this wasn't very entertaining, but people have asked, and so I thought I would deliver. There are a bunch more tattoos that I want to get, and I'm really sad that I don't have money, and also that we aren't allowed to get tattoos at the moment. But yeah, I love tattoos. I love them so much, and I hope that one day I'm able to get a bunch more. I don't hope, I'm going to. And once I get a few more, maybe I'll do an updated version. Who knows? But yeah. Thank you for coming along. I hope that you've had a good time. If you want to join Mine and Kat's Patreon, the link will be in the description. It starts at £1 a month, and literally anything helps. It all goes back into continuing to create content and create better content. So anything helps, and I appreciate it and love you forever and ever. Also, all my socials will be linked in the description. You should definitely go follow me on Instagram if you aren't following me already. I have a great feed. That's a lie, I don't, but I can try. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. And when you close your eyes, you